Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Fazana Kumandan and welcome to my home. I own a business called Sprinkles and Spice, and we teach little kids from the age of 6 to 12-year-old how to cook and bake. My love for food started at a very early age, helping mom in the kitchen to prepare lunch, dinner, breakfast, or even do the little things like chop up an onion. I started loving food at an early age, and that's what I want to instill in these kids that we teach, their love for food in this lifelong journey. Today, in conjunction with Cook Halal, I am going to show you how to make one of my easy fuss-free recipes. Or I believe all recipes should be easy and fuss-free, because time shouldn't be spent in the kitchen making food, but should be spent around the table making memories. So today we will be making a chicken and mushroom pasta. Easy, versatile, and this versatility I'm going to show you in where you can turn one dish into numerous dishes. So come along and cook with us. So for this dish, our ingredients are tagliatelle pasta, butter, onion, fresh garlic, fresh chili, herb spice, Cajun spice, spring onion, button mushrooms, chicken fillet, spinach, soup powder, milk, and idle milk. So come cook along with me. So first, I'm going to warm up my wok. You can use a pot, whatever you're comfortable with. Today it's just easier to do everything in one wok. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is a bismillah, of course. And once it's warm, we're going to add our butter. You can add ghee, you can add olive oil, you can add normal oil. This comes back to preference once again. I prefer using butter. I like the richer taste, so today we're using butter. So now I'm just going to wait for this to melt. So we're melting our butter, and once our butter is melted, we're going to add in our next ingredient, which is one chopped onion. You can use ghee, like I said. The difference between butter and ghee is ghee just gives it a much nuttier taste. To me, I always like using butter, because the whole concept of making a white thick sauce and using butter before you start, it just works out perfectly. So for whenever I make a pasta sauce, I always start with butter. Okay, so now our butter is almost melted, and now I'm going to add my onion. It's always the sizzle we have to wait for. So now our onions are getting golden brown, and once the tips start to turn golden and the onions have reduced, then we're ready to add our chicken fillets. I've chopped up the chicken fillets into small blocks because it cooks quicker. This is a half a kilo chicken fillets, but then again, also to your preference, you can use a half a kilo or a kilo. This recipe does make quite a lot. So now we're ready to add our chicken. Okay, so now my chicken's busy browning, and I'm going to add my garlic. This is 2 cloves of grated fresh garlic, and I'm going to wait for this to brown a bit. And now that it's starting to change color, I'm going to add my spices, which is my herb spice. It's 1 heaped tablespoon. As well as my Cajun spice, which is also 1 heaped tablespoon. And I'm going to add my 1 chopped fresh green chili. That's just for the extra kick. And now all my flavors are starting to infuse, and my chicken's starting to brown. You can use steak, pieces. It also works very well with the pasta, or if you'd like to omit meat completely, you can make it a mushroom and spinach pasta. It works just as well. Okay, so now my chicken's starting to brown and it's almost halfway there. So now I'm going to add my mushrooms. Today I've used button mushrooms. You can use your normal white or brown mushrooms, also comes down to preference. I just took the smaller ones because it's cooked quicker. There we go. The trick to the mushrooms is we don't want it brown completely because we still need the flavor there. It must just be slightly brown so that it holds the shape and doesn't shrink completely. If you'd like to add baby marrows, you can. I just keep it by mushroom and spinach. Okay. So our chicken's ready and our mushrooms are slightly brown. So now I'm adding my chopped up spinach. You can use the baby spinach if you'd want to. This is 500 grams of chopped spinach. It does look a lot, but the minute it starts to cook and wilt, you'll see it, the quantity will become much less in the pot. Okay, so we're just waiting for this to wilt. You can smell the flavors infusing and the spinach and the mushroom and the chicken's flavors coming through. It's a really easy dish to use in Ramadan. It's light, it's quick to make, so you don't have to spend all that time in the kitchen. There you go. Once your spinach has reduced, you just braise it around for about 2 minutes. And now we're ready to start our sauce. Okay, perfect. So now for the sauce, today I've used mushroom powder mixed with a little bit of water. You can use corn flour, you can use normal flour, you can use a different flavor soup. Once again, it's preference, or like I say, whatever you've got at home. Do what works well for you. So Bismillah. Okay, and now we're adding a liter milk. As you can see, it makes quite a lot. The trick to this is you need to continue stirring until the sauce thickens. These are one of these sauces that actually thicken when they stand. So depending how long it's going to be in the pot, the thicker it will get. So now we continue mixing till it starts to all combine. And then I add my secret ingredient for this dish, which is idle milk. You can use fresh cream, you can omit the idle milk, whatever you prefer, preference again. I just like the idle milk because it gives it a richer, creamier taste. Sometimes it's just easier to have a tin of idle milk on hand and have fresh cream in the fridge. So now we're just going to stir continuously till boil. Okay, so our sauce has thickened and it's looking lovely and smelling absolutely divine. Just a little tip for all of you, the idle milk I used, it was the normal idle milk that I did use, but you do get the coconut inspired idle milk. It's a special one that they do have in the stores. If you do add the coconut one or even coconut milk, add some basil and make a Thai inspired pasta. It is amazing. Like I said, quick, easy, versatile, and work with what you have in your cupboard. You don't need to go out and get any fancy ingredients. Whatever you have at home usually works. This pasta thickens, the sauce thickens when standing. So I'm going to serve it over the tagliatelle which we have cooked till al dente. When I left it in the pot after I've strained it, I did add a little bit of olive oil just so that it doesn't all stick together. You can use any preference of pasta you have at home. Like I said again, work with what you've got or what you like. If you do add your pasta in your sauce, the pasta is going to act like a sponge. So it's going to absorb all the sauce and you're going to get a thicker pasta. If you do that, usually the next day it works perfectly. If you're serving it tonight with tagliatelle, sauce over it. Tomorrow, add the leftover pasta in the sauce. Put it in the oven, grate some cheese on top, and you've got a pasta bake. If you don't want pasta, I've tried this recipe where I just slice potato, put it in the dish, cover it with the sauce, and you've got a potato bake. Fast month. Soups. Perfect soup. Perfect soup. Remember, thicker consistency, add some flour. Thinner consistency, add some more milk. Do whatever you feel. I always say, when I get up in the morning and what I feel for, that's what I'm going to make. So depending on your mood, you can make a pasta. You can make a thicker pasta bake. You can make a potato bake. It works perfectly for pies. It works perfectly for quiches. A spinach, mushroom and chicken quiche or pie. Like I said, you don't need to use the chicken. You can use steak. You can do steak on the side and make a vegetarian one. The options to this is endless. You can make a lovely steak and use it as the sauce. So don't forget to be creative and enjoy what you're doing. So there we go. Made with love. I'm going to plate quickly. So now I'm stirring the sauce. Remember, as it stands, it will thicken. So bismillah, here we go. That's what you want. You want some spinach, and I'm going to grab some mushrooms. There we go. Lovely creamy sauce. And then, lastly, that's where the spring onions come in. You can omit this if you want to. We just got some out of the garden. It just adds that, if you add herbs afterwards, it just adds that freshness. So there we go. There we go. Quick, easy, versatile, and a meal in under 10 minutes. Don't forget, enjoy what you do, have fun, and do what works for you. And don't forget, remember versatility, so there's so much more you can do with one dish. For more info on us and our classes, visit us on Instagram or Facebook at Sprinkles and Spice CT, that's our handle. Or for this recipe and more, find us under Sprinkles and Spice on cookhalal.com. Ramadan Kareem to you all, and thank you so much for joining me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.